was the longest reign in British history. In childhood, Elizabeth never expected to inherit the throne. Her ascension was only made possible when her uncle, King Edward, renounced his right, passing it on to Elizabeth's father, George VI. At the age of 21, the future queen dedicated herself to serving the Commonwealth.
I declare before you all that my whole life, whether it be long or short, shall be devoted to your service and to the service of our great imperial family to which we all belong.
Elizabeth married Prince Philip in 1947 in a lavish ceremony at Westminster Abbey. During a Commonwealth tour of Kenya 5 years later, the royal couple learned King George had passed away. At the age of 25, the princess returned home to become a queen. Elizabeth and Philip were married for nearly 74 years, remaining side by side until the prince's death in 2021 at the age of 99. They raised 4 children together, all of whom would grow up under a microscope. Pomp and circumstance. There was plenty of that over the years, but there were difficult times as well.
1992 is not a year on which I shall look back with undiluted pleasure. It has turned out to be an annus horribilis.
Many of the royal family's private struggles became public during the separation of Prince Charles and Diana. When Diana was killed in a car crash, the Queen came under intense pressure to recognize and honor the so-called People's Princess.
I want to pay tribute to Diana myself. In good times and bad, she never lost her capacity to smile and laugh, nor to inspire others with her warmth and kindness.
The monarchy enjoyed a surge in popularity in 2011 when Diana's son, Prince William, married Kate Middleton in a ceremony that was watched by roughly 2 billion people. But controversy would later return when Prince Harry and his wife Meghan Markle stepped down from royal duties. Accusations of racism and discrimination within the royal family would soon surface. At the same time, dark shadows grew around the Queen's 3rd child, Prince Andrew, and his alleged connections to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Despite those troubling incidents, the Queen always enjoyed a warm welcome during her visits to Canada.
We have been delighted by the enthusiasm of Canadians everywhere to take part in these Jubilee celebrations and have been overwhelmed by the crowds, the flowers, and the many words of kindness.
A royal event received a personal touch in 2010 when Her Majesty presided over the 151st running of the Queen's Plate. The appearance remains a centerpiece of her final official visit to Canada. Years later, in 2015, the Queen would be saluted by Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau as she became Britain's longest-serving monarch.
Join me in a toast to Her Majesty the Queen. The Queen.
Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister of Canada, for making me feel so old.
Elizabeth's lengthy reign was celebrated again in 2022, when she marked 7 decades on the throne. Health and mobility issues prevented the Queen from fully participating in Platinum Jubilee events, but a surprise appearance on the balcony at Buckingham Palace left little doubt about where she stood in the hearts of the British public. Through joy, through loss, through both celebration and struggle, she was a symbol of stability in a constantly shifting world. Queen Elizabeth, Britain's 63rd monarch.